I'm doing this video in black and white, not because I'm trying to define color, because I'm trying to do it with a lack thereof. No colors, no nothing like that. Just, plain. That's my goal here. Now, I'm watching Sean Hannity last night, right? And this is about the Zimmerman case right up front and put it out there. I'm watching Sean Hannity last night on Fox, and he's got the panel that's got a lot of black Americans on it, conservative and Democratic, and white Republicans along the same lines too. And the attorney, I forget the guy's name. He's on Fox all the time. Got glasses. A pretty smart guy, but he says, this is all about having a respectful conversation. We have to have respect and have a respectful conversation about this. Well, let me point out the bullshit of that statement. Not that we should have a respectful conversation, but about the ability to have one. Because the problem is, you see, I don't see color. I think a lot of America don't see color. We look at what happened between Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman, and I say, what? Let's keep the circumstances the same. Switch just the race and the name around. That's it. I had been supporting Trayvon Martin for shooting George Zimmerman. If the circumstances were the same, those two things were switched. I'd support it still if Trayvon Martin, same situation, age is the same, but Trayvon's older now, and he's black, and the person that he shot was white, but did what Trayvon did in real life. But they're a white person now, whatever name you want to give them. I'd support Trayvon Martin still. This isn't about color. It's about the left wanting to racially divide this country, divide us by class, divide us by gender, divide and conquer us. Not us Republicans or conservatives, because I define with neither. I define what the Constitution and what freedom stands for and what this country is about. The left is not for it. They are against the very principles that found us. Because with the core of what they preach, its end result is not America. We can get into what that is later on at another time. But the ability to have a respectful conversation with these people is impossible. It's impossible because these people are willing to lie to themselves and, in the end, you, to make their point. These people are sitting there on TV with Sean Hannity last night, and they are freaking arguing for something which there is no evidence of. They make a point like, well, we don't do that. Well, Trayvon Martin was stalked. That's your theory. It is, from where George was when he told the police he's going back to his car, to where he got attacked was on the way to the clubhouse. So he turned around and gone the other way. Trayvon Martin had 4 minutes. 4 minutes. There was plenty of time for him to go home and forget about this and have a good night. What did he do? He came back to the direction. If he was so fearful of this person following him, why did he come back at him? And George Zimmerman, getting his ass handed to him on the ground, getting beat up for what he says, and it's the only account we have of this, so you can't dispute it. You can just say, he may have been being truthful, but you don't know, and neither do I. But George Zimmerman said he saw the gun, and he went for it. However, you want to say that's not possible, either some gets his arms up by his shoulders, this or that, or when George Zimmerman retells it, it's irrelevant. Because all we know is that a guy was getting his ass handed to him, because we have a witness to that. We know based on the phone calls, timelines, everything like that, from Rachel John Tell, Zimmerman knew, John Good, when you heard it start and called it in, to the police conversation that's recorded to the police. We know that the fact of the matter is, Trayvon Martin came back at him, and the one guy who had the best view of everything happening said Trayvon was on top kicking his ass. And Zimmerman let all that happen before he said he went for a gun, and then he went for it first because he realized it was his ass. Or, let's even think about let's say he didn't go for the gun. Trayvon Martin was kicking his butt and slamming his head in the concrete like he'd pass out maybe. Then what would he do to him? Would he search him for his wallet and find the gun afterwards? We don't know. There's a million what ifs. The point is that we do know that Trayvon Martin came back at him and was kicking his ass. Sounds like an attack to me. And you can speculate beyond that all we want, but those are the facts. These people that you're asking us to have an honest debate with, have a respectful conversation, are lying to themselves. And they're lying to get to make the result what they want it to be. The end justifies the means. How can you have a respectful conversation with somebody like that? It's like asking two people to play a sport and with two different teams, or whatever, and only one team has to follow the rules. So I need to have a respectful conversation with them? People who are lying to themselves and the people? It's impossible. Because I'm always going to get the short end of the stick if I'm following the rules and they're not, and they're lying, not using the facts and telling the truth. How can I have a respectful conversation with that person? It's impossible. Unless I'm just willing to accept defeat. That's the problem here. All you people on Sean Hannity's show that were blacks in favor of Trayvon Martin's justice, when really we had justice in the courtroom, are subverting the American judicial system, lying to yourself about the facts, and you picked a horrible case to do it all with. I'm not racist. I'm far from it. It disgusts me to see you divide our country like this. We don't have a respectful conversation with you when you can look at me over the Trayvon Martin case and say, you know what, we might have been wrong on this one, and then we probably got justice on this one, and for Zimmerman. And it's unfortunate when any young man dies. It's sad that Trayvon Martin died. It shouldn't have happened, and I wish it didn't. That's not how it happened. And how it happened is far from the story that's being told. And it's sad. People lying to themselves. The attorney on there on Hannity's show saying that we need to have a respectful conversation about this. It's like, hold on. You can't have a respectful, playing by the rules conversation with somebody that's lying to themselves and everybody else. That's impossible. When they want to play with the facts, then we can have a respectful conversation about this. But we're talking about people who've been misled by a party that has enslaved them to a check to guarantee their vote because they have made them so reliant on government that if they vote the people that are paying them out of office, they don't know what to do. They may not even think they're capable of doing what they do. You know why? Because the government has told them, you need affirmative action because you're not as good as everybody else and you can't do it without our help. That's what that says. And that's what the bill of goods they've been sold as. They're not as good as us, as anybody else. And they need that affirmative action. No, you don't. You're as smart, as articulate, if you want to be, as any white person out there. And you know what? If you earn it honestly, the government give you a leg up, guess what? People will respect you for it. This whole racial thing in America will disappear. Division will go away. And you will see a new birth in the black community that has not been seen since for a long time. I'm not even going to do the math and try to go about this generation by generation and really make. I could. It's not worth. I'm trying to make a short video, like under 10 minutes here. I'm already about to fail on that one. The thing is, this party that they're enslaved to, blacks have enslaved themselves on the Democratic plantation. They're the people who really had the first leader of the KKK, the Democratic Party. They're the people who passed Jim Crow gun control laws in the South, so that the blacks couldn't protect themselves or even try to fight for the right to vote. They're the people who filibustered the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Those are the people. And LBJ, who started this great society that now you are part of. And it's not so great, is it? It's the Republicans. Abraham Lincoln, Republican. The party was started as the abolitionist movement. Frederick Douglass was a Republican. Born a slave, died with $300,000 in the bank. And back then, that's like having $11 million now. Republican. There are people who got the bill passed, the Civil Rights Act, on the floor. Finally, against even the Democrat filibuster. Eisenhower, who signed it, a Republican. We do have slavery in our history, but I didn't do it. Nobody listening to this did it. Let's move past that. Let's progress the conversation. How about it? I'm tired of hearing liberals say, "What makes America so great? You mean what's so great about America? You mean Indian genocide and slavery?" It's like, hold on, don't pull the shit out of our past that none of us are proud of, even though we had nothing to do with it. Put it on my shoulders and say, deal with this. Grow up, move on. You want things to move forward from here? Stop dredging up the past. You hurt your cause more than you help it. But it keeps you in power, those who push the race propaganda. So I don't really expect you to let go of it. I expect you to keep dividing America. I will do my best to fight it. That is a strong tactic. I'll have a respectful conversation when people stop lying to themselves. Sorry, I wish I knew remember your name, Mr. Attorney Ad, because you know what? I would send you this video and say, you know what? You can't have that respectful conversation until we're all playing with the same facts and on the same rules. Jeff Burns 4 USA, it's a YouTube channel name. Check out my other stuff. I'm a good American guy. I'm not a racist. I want everybody to be equal, fair, have a great life. I'm for freaking equal rights for everybody. Even though I don't like gays, I think they should have the rights to all the things that all the benefits and advantages that married couples have. You know, because they're human beings. I like human beings. I like human beings in general. Unless they're for oppression and fear and tyranny. And that can be somebody of any color. Check out the YouTube channel, share this video, favorite, do whatever. Let's send it out there, because you know what? We're at a point in this country where things are going to break real soon if this doesn't get fixed. It's scary to me. I don't know what to do about it other than tell you, wake up before this shit goes south for the winter. This is the kind of thing, if it does, this can be a pretty gnarly night. So we need to get our ducks in a row here on this and start playing with the facts and stop lying to ourselves if that's what you happen to be doing. Have a great day, guys.